Hi, everyone, and welcome to Leaf Rants. The Toronto Maple Leafs beat the NHL review team 6-3 in overtime. Wait, sorry, 4-3 in overtime against the Washington Capitals. Now you might be asking, how would you mix that up? Because they called back 2 goals, which counted. You can say 6-4. Sure. You can say Washington's goal counted. I don't really care. It doesn't matter to me. The Leafs scored 6. They scored 5 in regulation. Washington scored 4. Leafs won. They won everywhere where it mattered. First 2 periods, Washington owned them. I'll admit that. First goal Washington scores goes off of Domi skating into the back of the net. Okay, 1-0 Washington. Then John Tavares makes a absolutely nasty play to get it to Bobby McMahon, who tucks it home. Then Dylan Strome with a hell of a dangle makes it 2-1. Boom. First period, done like that because I want to get to the third. Second, big breakaway for Max Domi and a left-handed Thompson makes the glove save. Domi probably wanted to go blocker there. Probably would have beat him if that was blocker. But you know what? It wasn't. Leafs down 2-1. Then a 97.1 mile per hour blast from Carlson beats Wall with a screen in front, but it got called back for goalie interference. And you know what? Bit of a weak call on that, but he was in the paint. He restricted Wall. That's no goal. If you want to call that a goal now and you want to complain about that, go ahead. I don't care because I'm about to absolutely rant once we get to the third. Then a giveaway from Jake McCabe. He looked really bad in that second period. Like, really bad. In the offensive zone, it just kept going. He just couldn't get it. He couldn't pick it up at the offensive blue line. I don't know why. I don't know what happened. Leads to a cross-crease goal, and it's 3-1 Washington. Okay. Then Wall makes a big save at the end of the period. That is the second period. I know I'm talking fast, but I know most of you who are looking at this video, you're here for the third period and overtime. So let's break down the third. Steven Rants makes a play in front. And he scores. It goes off of his pant leg. And Tic Tac Tomar has a beautiful clip of it, which I will pull up right now. See that? Do you see that? That's a goal. That's in. He doesn't kick it. Do you know what he does? It goes off of his quad, his thigh. I didn't realize I could kick my thighs. Yeah, you can swing it a little bit. You can swing it. Do you know what he does? He goes, boop. He taps it a bit. Do you know how many goals I've seen where players have physically kicked it? I've watched them kick it with their skates that have counted, and that doesn't. That, absolutely insane. Insane. But there's no goal on it. There's no goal. And I was so upset about that. So upset. And then I came to realize something. The Leafs are great at coming back. That's what they do. And I believed. And then Matthew Nyes, you know what he does? He gets in front of the net because do you know where you score goals? In front of the net. That's what we've been saying this entire time. This entire time, go to the net. He does. And you know what he does? He gets rewarded. Wait. Let me review this. Never mind. No, Matthew Nyes doesn't score, actually. He's a tall guy. This was close. I'll give him that. But you know what? If you're going to call the other one back and call this one back, This should have counted. This should have counted. Matthew Knies is just a tall guy. You look at any angle, except for, like, it looks close in one angle. You look at any other angle, it's under the crossbar. It's under the crossbar. You want to see it? You want to see it? Look, there it is again. Boom. Boom. You know what? There's the other goal. There's the other goal. Both of the goals, you just saw them up. Don't count. And it's 3-1 Washington. Still. Then, William Nylander makes it 3-2. And this one counts. This one doesn't get reviewed, nothing. And I go, oh, they have a chance. Then Washington Leafs pull their goalie. Washington takes it down. And I don't know what the hell they were trying to do here. You're up by 1 goal against the Toronto Maple Leafs. They overpass it. Like, I don't know. I don't know. That's clearly not something I think their head coach wrote up. But you know what? Worked out in the Leafs' favor. Then Washington takes a penalty. And almost immediately on the power play, Mitch Marner scores to tie it up with 48 seconds left in the third. And we go to overtime. Tied. In a game where I didn't think it was possible for the Leafs to score again. To even try to score or do anything. I didn't think it was possible. I really didn't. They tie it. And we go to overtime. And before I talk about overtime, I love this sport, obviously. Like, if I didn't love hockey and if I didn't love the Leafs, I wouldn't do this. But I do. And I love the league. The league is a joke. It's an amazing sport. It really is. I like hockey is amazing. There's what isn't there to love about this sport other than the league is an absolute joke. And sure, I'm a Leafs fan and they called back 2 goals. You know what? They won. I was going to come down here and I was going to scream and I was going to yell and it was going to be so much worse. It was going to be so much worse than this video. But do you know what? It happens. It happens. And the Leafs adapted. And they played a really good third period. I don't know what happened in the first 40 minutes. Yeah. First 40 minutes, Washington, much better. Much better. Their goal didn't count. If you're going to say the Leafs' 2 goals didn't count, Washington's goal definitely didn't count because that was goalie interference. So, yeah, I know they called back one of Washington's goals. I know that. But the 2 Leafs goals counted. And if you can't admit that, the Leafs won anyways. So I don't care. Yeah, Washington gets a point. So I don't care. I don't care. You know how many points they didn't get? 2. They didn't get 2 points. You know how many points the Leafs got? 2. The Leafs got 2 points. I don't care if Washington got 1. I don't care if this game went to overtime and Washington scored 2 more goals that the Leafs also scored. And it went to overtime and the Leafs still won, even if the Leafs lost in overtime. And the next 2 goals didn't happen. I don't care. The fact is, those 2 goals that went in were goals. That's the thing. And there's no way to change that. Oh. We'll be going to overtime. And the Leafs have possession basically the entire first 3 minutes. And then Washington finally gets some possession. And honestly, Joseph Woll was forced to make a huge save from Woll. on Ovi, who walks in and claps it. He takes a clap bomb, and Marner scoops it out. And watching this, I'm going, skate, Johnny, skate, skate. I know you're not very fast, but right now is the time to be fast. And Tavares, is this vintage John Tavares? Like, is this just John Tavares is single-handedly walking in and being like, "Oh, you guys don't think I'm good anymore? Well, I play hockey and I love the Toronto Maple Leafs, so I'm gonna be friggin' good always." And he wins it in overtime. Thompson was amazing in this game. He really was. I'll give him that. He was really good. But, oh yeah, also David Kampf played in overtime. I don't understand that at all. But yeah, he does. Sure. Why not put David Kampf out there, I guess. But the Leafs win 4-3. And this video was going to be a 40-minute long yelling match. But instead, I'm going to try to limit it to probably just around like 15, hopefully. Max Domi didn't have a very good game at all. Nylander had 2 points, and he was a -1. So was Domi. Domi was out there, and he was looking like Alex Kerfoot. He's been looking like Alex Kerfoot for a little bit. He really has. And that's a knock on Domi. He needs to step up his game. He was good in overtime. He was pretty good in the third, too. But those first 2 periods, oof. Bobby McMann also making a comeback. Alex Steeves making his season debut tonight. And you know who else was? Yanni Hakanpää. And do you know what I haven't even mentioned one time yet? Tonight was Oliver Ekman-Larsson's 1,000th game in the NHL. It's crazy that I've made it 13 minutes through this video pretty much. And I haven't mentioned that one time until right now. Joseph Wall's numbers, his 889 save percentage, and I saw everyone after that Carlson goal being like, "Oh, Wall can't save a long-range shot." It was goalie interference, and there was a screen in front. He couldn't see the puck. It was a 97.1 mile per hour bomb. Don't blame that on Waller. It didn't even count. So, yeah. Yeah. You know what? All of that anger that was inside of me, I just got it out. That's why these videos are called Leaf Rants, because they're rants about the Leafs. And if you don't want to hear someone rant about the Leafs, then you probably shouldn't watch a video called Leaf Rants. But to everyone who made it this far throughout the video, the Leafs win. They win. Be happy about it. Yeah, they called back 2 goals. Who cares now? I got my rant out about it. That's how I feel about it. It's out there. Whatever. The Leafs win. I'm happy. I'm just going to take this as a win. They got 2 points. That's all I care about. This is the 18th game of the season. 18th game of the season. And the Leafs tried to get screwed by the refs. And you know what? They still win. That is a big win for the Leafs, and something every Leafs fan should feel happy about. 2 goals were taken away from this team in the third period. There's 10 minutes left in the game. And you know what they did? When did Nyes? I don't know when Nyes scored. Like, I don't know what time Nyes' goal was. It was like 4 minutes before Marner scored. So there's like 5 minutes left. And The Leafs score 2 goals, and they win in overtime, and I'm very happy. So you know what? Thank you very much for watching this video. If you liked it, please click like. If you really liked it, click and subscribe. Always makes me feel great. The Leafs beat the league and the Capitals and scored 6 goals, even if 2 of them didn't count.